Hello, this is Zach, and we're going to start a long series on the Sicilian Nadjorf. Um, so I'm going to start out. This video is going to be the introduction, explaining what this entire series is going to be about. It's going to be a long series, um, and I'll explain more as we go through. So this video, like I said, is just an introduction, and the Sicilian Nadjorf, the Sicilian starts off with e4 c5. And after e4, c5 is played a little bit over 50% of the time. So clearly it's an opening that you need to know how to respond against. So after knight f3, we now play d6, and after d4, cd, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, and a6. This is the Nadjorf. The Nadjorf is played is played again a little bit over 50% of the time. So it's an opening that you really need to know how to play against, because when we combine these percentages, you're playing against a Nadjorf roughly 20% of your open Sicilian games, and you'll be facing a Nadjorf player roughly 20% of the time. No, you'll be facing a Nadjorf player roughly 20% of the time every time you play e4. So it's a very good opening, and clearly White has to know how to counter it, and there are some ways to do that. But let's take a look at why it's so popular. There has to be a reason for this. And this is what the video is going to cover. I'm going to be explaining the Sicilian Nadjorf from Black's perspective. So we're going to cover. The first video is going to be Bishop G5, and we're going to cover Bishop G5 in 2 or 3 parts because there's so many different variations to it. So Bishop G5 is going to be a 2 or 3 part series on its own. This is considered the old main line. It was the first main line of the Sicilian Nadjorf. The second move we're going to be considering is Bishop E3, the English attack. This could be considered the new main line. We can see English attack or Yugoslav attacks or variations with Bishop E3 in many Sicilians, and this one is probably today's the best way for a player in today's time to try for an advantage against the Nadjorf. The next one we're going to cover is Bishop C4, which is the Sozin or Fischer variation, or Sozin-Fischer attack, so it's definitely popular and has a lot of tactics on e6, and Black has to be very careful. It's a very tactical opening variation, and that was of course favored by Fischer. He played this a lot, and it's one that Black has to know how to play against. And the last one we're gonna cover is Bishop going to e2, and this takes on a lot more positional approach to the Sicilian Nadjorf. At least a lot more quiet games, and it gives Black pretty much a free reign on how he wants to control on the pace that he wants to put on the game. He can have a fast-paced game or a positional game and go along with White. There are many sidelines like f4. This is a sideline, and so is g3. Neither of these are anything that Black has to worry about. Queen f3 is also actually incredibly interesting, and all of those will be covered. So I'm really looking forward to making this series, and I really hope that you guys will watch it. If you want to know more about the Sicilian Nadjorf, it's going to be from Black's perspective, and it'll be many parts, and I hope I will see you guys then. Alright, take care.